Welcome to this explainer. All right, I want you to picture this. Coachella. It's literally the world's most glamorous music festival, right out there in the California desert. The sun is shining, the outfits are absolutely incredible, and your social media feed is just flooded with these beautiful influencers posing with the biggest stars on the planet. I mean, it looks like the ultimate VIP experience, right? Well, prepare to have that illusion completely shattered. So, were those Coachella influencers actually real? Here is the wild plot twist. Some of those stunning influencers, the ones posing out in the desert right next to actual music legends, didn't even exist. Like, at all. They were entirely generated by AI. Okay, let's dive into this, because the reality of what we're looking at here is both fascinating and, honestly, a little bit terrifying. Section 1. The Coachella AI Illusion. Scrolling through a digital mirage. So these fake influencers, they aren't just, random experiments cooked up by someone in their basement. Not at all. Massive branding agencies, largely based out of London and across Europe, are manufacturing these fake avatars completely from scratch. And the goal? To generate seriously lucrative corporate sponsorships. I mean, just look at this staggering follower count, 170,000. That is the audience size for just one of these completely fabricated influencers. Her feed was packed with pictures of her posing with Justin Bieber, Madonna, the Kardashians, the whole shebang. And the reaction, or I guess the total lack of suspicion, it was incredible. The comment sections were entirely fooled, people were leaving congratulatory messages, engaging with the content, and there wasn't a single disclaimer anywhere stating it was AI generated. Everyone just bought right into the mirage. Section 2. Business of fake people. Why brands are hiring code, not creators. Let's move to and see how this builds. Because you really have to ask, why on earth are marketing agencies and massive brands starting to prefer hiring lines of code over actual, living human creators? Well, the economic incentives become painfully clear pretty fast. Think about it. A real human influencer, they require business class flights, luxury hotel rooms, endless freebies just to show up to an event. But an AI influencer, they cost an absolute fraction of the price, they never age, they don't demand a bigger trailer, and as the industry really likes to say, they have no bad days. They hold your product perfectly in the photo every single time. From a strictly business perspective, it's a marketer's absolute dream. But hey, it isn't just the marketing agencies cashing in here. Social media platforms, places like Instagram and TikTok, they are profiting heavily from the massive engagement these fake posts generate. And sure, companies like Meta have automated systems that are theoretically designed to tag AI-generated content, but honestly, they are completely overwhelmed. Hundreds of thousands of posts are going up every single day, and a massive chunk of them are just slipping right through the net. Now, you might be wondering, isn't there some sort of technological fix to stop this deception? Well, yes, there actually is. It's called CP2A. You can think of it kind of like an unbreakable digital wax seal applied directly to images to verify their authenticity. It literally mathematically proves if a photo is real. But here's the kicker. Tech companies are actively avoiding investing in this. Why? Simply because the current unregulated, Wild West environment of social media is just way too profitable to lock down. Section 3. The risk of misinformation. The dark side of digital perfection. We are currently operating in a landscape where our laws are just completely unfit for purpose, and the consequences go far, far beyond some fake Coachella photo. Because we can't tell what's real anymore, we are essentially opening the floodgates to highly sophisticated scams, widespread fraud, and both misinformation and disinformation. Just think about the minors in your own life, audiences under the age of 18 who are incredibly susceptible to these flawless digital avatars. There is a desperate, absolutely urgent need right now for mandatory labeling laws, just to protect vulnerable users before this whole thing gets entirely out of hand.
Section 4. Losing our human agency. When fake avatars steal real choices.
Because guys, this isn't just about fake people anymore. Actual, real-life celebrities are being unknowingly placed right next to AI-generated avatars in sponsored photos. Let that sink in for a second. A famous person poses for a quick photo, and then later, some agency digitally drops an AI influencer right beside them to sell a brand. That celebrity has absolutely zero choice or say in the matter. They're completely stripped of their right to refuse an endorsement. They effectively become an unwilling prop in someone else's digital ad campaign. As one of our sources perfectly captured the issue, in a world of AI agents, humans lose their own agency. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact problem we're facing. We're crossing a bridge from fake social media clout into profound real-world ethical dilemmas about who actually owns our likeness, our presence, and our choices.
Section 5. The Hollywood AI Dilemma. Acting from Beyond the Grave.
To really grasp the magnitude of this, we have to look at a pivotal real-world case study involving the late, great Hollywood actor Val Kilmer. Here's the timeline. A few years ago, Kilmer was cast in a historical drama called As Deep as the Grave. Sadly, 1 year ago, he passed away at age 65 after a long battle with throat cancer right before he could shoot his scenes. But just this week, a trailer for that movie debuted at CineoCon in Las Vegas, and Val Kilmer's in it. Every single scene, every line of dialogue is completely AI-generated, reconstructed from hundreds of hours of his past footage. Now, to be clear, this was done ethically with his children's blessing, but it forces us to ask a very, very heavy question. Can you opt out if you're dead? So the crucial point is that we are navigating incredibly murky ethics here. It brings up massive, really complicated debates around consent, who actually gets the estate royalties, and the intense pressure families might face to monetize a deceased loved one's legacy.
Actors today literally have to take drastic steps to protect their likeness. First up, creators must communicate their boundaries clearly with agents and lawyers while they're still alive. Second, they have to establish strict state rules for exactly how their postmortem biometric data can be used. Because right now, there is immense industry pressure to embrace this AI technology. I mean, we're even seeing instances where VR companies are being pressured by families to recreate deceased artists simply to open up a brand new revenue source.
There is such a profound contrast here. On one hand, studios absolutely love this because they can maximize revenue by infinitely recycling deceased icons and familiar faces. It's financially safe and it's proven to work. But on the other hand, look at the industry's future. By relying on these digital ghosts, we risk completely stifling opportunity. We could be putting fresh, young, living talent out of work for the next 100 years. I mean, why take a risk on an unknown actor when you can just digitally resurrect a beloved legend? Which leaves us with this final, truly provocative thought to chew on. As AI resurrects the past and completely fakes the present, who truly controls human authenticity? Are we actually comfortable living in a world where we can't trust our own eyes, where the dead never stop working, and where perfect digital illusions replace real human flaws? I want you to critically evaluate the media you consume today. Look a little closer at your feed and really ask yourself what's real. Because the line between real and rendered, well, it's officially gone. Thanks so much for joining this explainer today, and I highly encourage you to keep exploring this.